What's going on there, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and I'm going to give you guys an update on COVID. I've been doing that periodically since I started the show. Basically, the only thing I've been covering lately has been all that's happening where the Biden administration really hasn't been doing a good job trying to help us distribute vaccines globally. He wasn't behind the TRIPS waiver. He didn't throw his weight around at the World Trade Organization to release a lot of the patents that these big corporations in America have on these vaccines. And that's not good because we need to get about 2 out of every 3 people on the planet fully vaccinated with both shots before we are really safe from COVID and we really protect ourselves from variants. Now, it looks as though the variant is already coming our way. We had till the end of the year, said most of the epidemiologists, like the end of 2021, to get herd immunity across the globe before we subject ourselves to some sort of variant that the old vaccines don't work on. Now, the Delta variant is hitting the United States hard right now. I want to go over some stats on how bad it's getting. But the good news is, guys, is it looks like it's not one of those variants that is hitting vaccinated people very hard. If you're vaccinated, it looks like the Delta variant is more or less you're okay. That's what I'm looking at here. But it's hitting a lot of the under-vaccinated parts of the country, which are low-income places, and the South and the West. So that's not good. So it's all the more reason for everybody to hurry up, try to get your vaccinations. We have till about Christmas. That's what the epidemiologist said. So this comes from the University of Minnesota. The Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy. After weeks of substantial decreases, COVID-19 cases are beginning to rise again in the U.S., likely due to infections caused by the highly transmissible Delta variant. The increase is seen most prominently in the southern and western states and in communities with low vaccination rates. According to data from the WAPO, new daily cases in the United States have risen by 14.8% over the past week, with significant increases in Nevada, Wyoming, Missouri, and Arkansas. New daily deaths still fell by 0.7%, and COVID-related hospitalizations fell by 4.7%. In LA, the city health officials are recommending that people wear masks indoors, regardless of their vaccination status, the AP reports, because of the growing threat from the Delta variant, and the World Health Organization recommended that even fully vaccinated people wear masks indoors. So, I do have a background. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I'm not a virologist, but I think it's safe to say, even if you're vaccinated, it's probably best if you can do it to wear your masks if you're going into public where you're going to be cramped and you're going to be inside with a bunch of people. This new variant is highly transmissible, and it's not impossible for people that are even vaccinated and who are doing well and aren't sick to still transmit a new variant. But here's the good news, guys. It says in the second article, and I'll read it to you here, that the mRNA vaccines, so the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines, are like 88% effective against the Delta variant. And the other ones, which would be, let's see here, I can't remember what the other ones are called. Give me 1 second to pull it up here. Okay, so the Delta variant, also known by its scientific name as B.1.6172, was a strain of the coronavirus that was first identified in India in October. It was designated as thus by the World Health Organization. Although it is just one out of many variants that are spreading during the pandemic, the WHO officials have called it a variant of concern. The Delta variant also has split into several subvariants, including one that is widespread in the UK. If you are fully vaccinated, your chances of getting Delta variant strain of COVID are significantly decreased. According to the WAPO, which cited data from the United Kingdom, nearly all serious cases in the country are among the unvaccinated or partially vaccinated. According to medical experts such as former head of the FDA, Dr. Scott Gottlieb, all the COVID-19 vaccines work against the Delta variant. Quote, the mRNA vaccine seems to be highly effective, 2 doses of that vaccine against this variant. The viral vector vaccines, and it's Johnson & Johnson, that's the one I was forgetting, and AstraZeneca also appear to be about 60% effective. The mRNA vaccines are about 88% effective, and that's Pfizer and Moderna. So that's good. It isn't a variant yet that isn't responding to the vaccines that we have. Now, if it gets a different mutation, then all this is out the window, and that's what we're worried about, guys. It's a highly mutable virus, so it's only a matter of time. And like I said, the experts say about Christmas, if we haven't gotten at least 6 out of 10 people on the globe completely vaccinated, then we set ourselves up for another variant working its way back to the United States that is completely immune to the vaccines that we're putting in our populace, and then we're back to square one. So it's imperative that Biden get on the right side of this, and yesterday, if we can, like as soon as humanly possible, we need to release the intellectual property rights for those vaccines, because those mRNA vaccines are, a lot of them are, they're United States companies that own the patents. All they have to do is release them, and then we could get places like India fully vaccinated, Africa fully vaccinated. But since there's a dime to be made off of them in our shitty-ass capitalist system, they're keeping the intellectual property rights secret so that these countries can't have access to our vaccines, which we're lucky are still working. So first thing, guys, try to get vaccinated. If you're in the United States, please just go out and get your vaccines. If you can, keep wearing the mask. I don't want to have to do it either, but I'm going to go back to it as well, because this is a more transmissible strain, and it is, really taking over some parts of the United States right now. And then, lastly, Joe Biden, you've got to be on the right side of this. We got to let these property rights to everybody else in everybody else in the world. Otherwise, there's no chance of getting that herd immunity, and we're setting ourselves up for 6 months down the line or a year down the line for a new nasty-ass variant to come back via a traveler or something like that. It'll bring it back into the United States, and we're back to square one because all the vaccinated people, those vaccines won't work anymore. So I don't think he's going to do that, though. Joe Biden doesn't do anything right, basically. So what are you going to do? But I'm going to call him out anyway. Please do the right thing, Joe. Anyway, keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. Get your vaccines. I'll talk to you later.